Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview and predict every college basketball conference tournament. Now up is the AAC Tournament, which begins today. The tournament will take place at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. The winner of the tournament gets the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. There will be at-large teams from this conference as well. If I get a pick wrong, then I'll predict the outcome of the actual matchup on my daily podcast on the day or night the game is played. If I get my picks correct, then my picks will carry over to my daily podcast. Before I get to my predictions, I'm going to discuss a few most likely to be the case items of note. Best player in the tournament, Jerron Cumberland, Cincinnati. Most likely to spoil a chalk semifinal. Wichita State. Yes, I'm taking the Shockers as the pick to most likely to spoil chalk, although the Memphis Tigers have a home court advantage, and that's because of matchups is why I think about that. Now on to my 2019 AAC Tournament Predictions. First round, tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, ESPNU. 9-seeded UConn versus 8-seeded South Florida. UConn 15-16 on the year, 6-12 in conference play. South Florida 19-12 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. The Huskies are a team that always tends to win unexpected games in March, but I really like the surprising Bulls team to win this one, especially if Jalen Adams isn't healthy for UConn. The pick, South Florida. 12-seeded Tulane versus 5-seeded Memphis, 3:30 ESPNU. Tulane 4-26 on the year, 0-18 in conference play. Memphis 19-12 on the year, 11-7 in conference play. The Tigers have home court advantage throughout the tournament, and they'll roll an awful Green Wave team. So the pick here is Memphis. 10-seeded SMU versus 7-seeded Tulsa, 8 o'clock ESPNU. SMU 14-16 on the year, 6-12 in conference play. Tulsa 18-13 on the year, 8-10 in conference play. An underachieving Mustangs team has slumped into the tournament, and the dismal season will come to an end against the surprising Golden Hurricane team. So the pick here is Tulsa. 11-seeded East Carolina versus 6-seeded Wichita State, 10:30 ESPNU. East Carolina 10-20 on the year, 3-15 in conference play. Wichita 17-13 on the year, 10-8 in conference play. The Shockers have been playing very well of late, and they'll roll a bad Pirates team. So the pick here is Wichita State. Quarterfinal. 8-seeded South Florida versus 1-seeded Houston, 12 o'clock ESPN2, Friday afternoon. Houston 29-2 on the year, 16-2 in conference play. A surprising Bulls team season comes to an end against a Cougars team that's playing for a 3-seed that has a chance to jump to a 2-seed depending on how this goes for them. So the pick, Houston. 5-seeded Memphis versus 4-seeded UCF, 2:30 ESPN2. UCF 23-7 on the year, 13-5 in conference play. The Tigers have the home court advantage, but the Knights are the better team led by Taco Fall and Aubrey Dawkins, so the pick there is UCF. 7-seeded Tulsa versus 2-seeded Cincinnati, 7 o'clock ESPNU. Cincinnati 25-6 on the year, 14-4 in conference play. The Bearcats are the way more superior team in this matchup as they'll dismantle the mediocre Golden Hurricanes. So the pick, Cincinnati. 6-seeded Wichita State versus 3-seeded Temple, 9:30 ESPNU. Temple 23-8 on the year, 13-5 in conference play. The Shockers' hot run continues as they upset the Owls, who are in the dance regardless of what happens here. So the pick here is Wichita State. Semifinal. Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock ESPN2, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. 4-seeded UCF versus 1-seeded Houston. The Knights are obviously a team that handed the Cougars their only home loss this season, and I see revenge here as the Cougars advance. So the pick here is Houston. 6-seeded Wichita State versus 2-seeded Cincinnati, 5:30 ESPN2. The Shockers' run comes to an end against a better team in the Bearcats led by Jerron Cumberland. So the pick here is Cincinnati. Championship, Sunday afternoon, 3:15 Eastern, ESPN. 2-seeded Cincinnati versus 1-seeded Houston. Only fitting that the conference's best two teams face off in this matchup. The Cougars are the better team, but led by Cumberland, I like the Bearcats here as they present a compelling 4-seed case as they win the 2019 American Athletic Conference Tournament. So the pick here is Cincinnati. Next up, I believe, will be the Big West Conference Tournament Predictions.